Hello and welcome back once again to After the Credits. As usual, playing a little bit of catch up today, seeing a couple things that came out early last month, I guess, because it's now November. So, yeah, these came out closer to the beginning of October, but finally got around to seeing them. And the first one up today was the new Kevin Hart comedy special, What Now? What did I think of What Now? It's a Kevin Hart comedy special. If you've seen any of his other comedy specials, it's basically the same type of thing, same type of jokes, same type of comedy that he always does, even in his movies. Mostly just him kind of overacting and only a handful of things that would actually come off as funny, at least to me, I guess, because apparently everyone in the football stadium that he was holding the concert in was laughing their asses off, apparently, so I guess I just don't understand certain types of comedy. I have a real odd sense of humor, and I don't know, things are just hit and miss with me, I don't know. So, it starts off kind of playing out like a movie. It's like, 3 hours leading up to his performance or whatever. And it plays through kind of like a James Bond film where he goes to this underground casino and he's gambling. And then the guy whose money he ends up winning is chasing him down and whatever. And he's running away, and that takes him to where he's putting on this comedy show. And then we have the stand-up routine, and then it ends kind of the same way. After he leaves the stage, it goes back to the movie thing and kind of wraps up that storyline. So yeah, it's almost like 15 minutes of unnecessary bullshit at the beginning before you actually get to the comedy. And like I said, some of his comedy just, I don't know. I did laugh at certain parts, but a lot of the parts, if you ever seen Kevin Hart's comedy routine in the past, you know that occasionally he'll start telling a joke and then like midway through he'll start laughing so hard at what he thinks is funny that he interrupts his own joke. And it's kind of like, when he starts laughing and everyone's kind of waiting for the actual punchline so that they can hear what's so damn funny to him, it almost kills the joke because by the time he gets to it, you're like, really? That's what you were laughing about? But that's not to say it didn't have a couple good moments. Obviously, the audience thought one joke was hilarious because they kept repeating it throughout the night. And he was talking about how, like, his wife's girlfriends will always kind of contest what he says is true. Like, if he says, oh yeah, I was out and this happened, they're like, really? And that was the whole joke, is they go, really? And apparently every woman in the audience thought this was hilarious because through the rest of the night, every time he was talking about something and segued back into, and then my girlfriend's friend showed up, and she was like, and then everyone in the audience would be like, really? And it's just like, okay, that wasn't that funny. I don't know why that's the thing that you guys latched onto. The jokes he tells about his son and his father and things like that, I found those to be a lot funnier than most of the other stuff. Probably the funniest joke of the night was the one he ended on, which I guess you go out on your biggest note. And he was talking about the first time, his wife's a coffee drinker. He's not really a coffee drinker. And his wife had some drink from Starbucks, and he's like, he took a sip of it, and he's like, oh, that's pretty good, I'm going to go get one. And his wife said, well, do you want me to go with you, because you've never been there before, you don't know how the ordering process works. And he's like, I'm a grown man, I think I can order a cup of coffee. And he got there, and he's like going through the whole ordering process, and, just everything that goes on, it's laughable, because I've never been in a Starbucks for that specific reason. So yeah, that part probably made me laugh the most out of everything he did throughout the night, and it was the ending jokes. So like I said, it's not a bad comedy routine, it's just not any different than every other one that he's ever done, except, hey, there's some new jokes, some of them are good, some aren't, some latch on with the crowds that really shouldn't, and other ones that I kind of laughed at kind of got dead silence from the audience, so I don't know. It is what it is. So what would I give it as far as a star rating? As far as a Kevin Hart comedy film, same as all the others, so probably a 3. As far as an overall movie, I went into it knowing what it was, but it didn't need all that bullshit at the beginning and at the end. Could have just been the straight comedy session. But then again, these comedy films always have some type of build-up as what's going on before the show, but it's usually just backstage stuff. Not a high-production movie short at the beginning. It's usually just, this is what's going on backstage before I take the stage. So I don't know, just something about that kind of threw me off a little bit. But overall, I guess I give it, a 3. Wasted 15 minutes of our time with the James Bond bullshit, but I'm not a big Bond fan anyway, so whatever. Honestly, I'd probably knock it down a little bit just for that, but some people probably enjoyed that, so it is what it is, so it's a 3, a middle of the road. Not much else to say about it than that, so again, as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Links are in the description, and until next time, we'll see you after the credits.